I've been drifting for days on the blue, and that horizon is telling the truth. It says the land is a lonely distance from this.
Well, track number 4 off of my new record, Some Days I'm a Lion. It's called Often and Much. And this is the first somber song on the record, but the hope is that it instills hope. It's a bit of a castaway song, so it sets the stage of somebody on the open sea, and it's actually loosely based on the book Life of Pi, or at least I was reading that at the time, and so that book, the entire thing takes place a castaway in the middle of the open ocean. And so I decided to write a castaway song of my own. And again, it's called Often and Much. And it just kind of paints a pretty desperate picture of somebody out on the open ocean and without much hope, but there's a lighthouse cutting through. And that lighthouse is ultimately this person, this muse, this reason to believe. Whether it's a person or whether it's a destination or whether it's home, it's something more along those lines, where it's despite feeling lonely, there is hope and there is comfort in someone else or in someplace else. A little known secret about Often and Much is probably that of every song I've ever written, I've never co-written a song. And this song was co-written with Melissa Balea in Nashville, Tennessee. It's the first time I've ever co-written a song. It's the first co-written song on any of my albums. And so for the first time within my album notes, you'll see a little asterisk next to Often and Much. A standout studio moment for Often and Much is probably the moment I heard Jenna's vocals, Jenna Ellefson. She sings backup vocals on the whole record, but for this song in particular, when I first heard her vocals, to me the song was complete. The song was next level. It had jumped up a peg or two amongst the songs on this record. It was when I heard her vocals behind it. It's when it became a front runner for me in a lot of ways. And there's even some moments when she trails longer than me. Usually background vocals are meant to be tucked, and the lead vocals should hold out the notes longer, but there's a moment or two where she holds out the note longer than mine, and those are some of my favorite moments on the entire record. And so I give big thanks to Jenna for her contribution on the entire record, but specifically on this song, Often and Much. Probably my favorite in-studio moment for this song. My favorite line within Often and Much is, I don't know that it's a line, but the section, the outro section, where I had written the first verse, and then I had some help on the second verse, and I had the choruses written. And then I went home and it just didn't feel quite done, so I ended up, just moments before a gig where I was asked to play this song, I ended up sitting down and writing the entire outro in one quick sitting of, pull up the anchors, release the white dove, and set sail for the sun. And pray this gale guides that sail to the one I love. That whole section is just the pull up the anchors, release the white dove. That's probably my favorite part, because that's the moment where this song actually finds hope. So there you have it, track number 4 on my new record, Some Days I'm a Lion. It's called Often and Much, and quite simply, it is a castaway song that leaves you with a lot of hope.
You're my hope, you're my sail, you're my courage. And so my head returns to you often and much. So pull up the anchors, release the white dove, set sail for that sun. Pray this gale will guide that sail